My name is Souleo. I am a curator and a pop culture expert and journalist. I have a syndicated column in partnership with the Harlem Arts Alliance called On the A with Souleo, which runs on ebony.com, soultrain.com, Amsterdam News, jetmag.com, rolling out my site, Souleo Universe, and harlemworldmag.com. I got into curating art shows. I was really inspired by my partner, Bo McCall, and my younger brother, Glenn Spoof White. My younger brother was murdered at the age of 21, and I was left with, some of his artwork. And he has a collective of young members who follow him. And so in his passing, they created the Spoof Collective. And so I wanted to support them and to support my brother's memory and his legacy, and also give an opportunity to him and my partner Bo. And then I started discovering many other emerging artists who are so talented. And I said, you know what? I think I have an idea. The Spoof Collective is young members, mostly my brother's friends, who created this collective in his honor. And so they're based out of East Harlem and Hunts Point in the Bronx. And so they do a lot of exhibitions out of Hunts Point. My first show was Emerge, Danny Simmons, an artist on the cusp, and that was at Strivers Gardens Gallery. Lisa Hayes gave me my first opportunity to curate. After that, I just sort of got bit by the bug, and I've just been curating since then. I've curated AARP New York's first ever art exhibition. Brings me to my current exhibition, which is Motown to Def Jam, in partnership with Art Crawl Harlem, and this is a multi-gallery interdisciplinary exhibition with 4 galleries. So it's satellite exhibitions, and we're here at La Maison d'Art, which is the Chess and Stax house. So each gallery is in tribute to a specific record label: Chess, Stax, Motown, Philly International, and Def Jam. And we have 49 visual artists creating specially commissioned works, visually interpreting the message behind each song. So we're really tracing African American history from the 1950s to present. August 15th is the opening reception of Emerge, Melvin Van Peebles, and Artists on the Cusp, which will be at Strivers Gardens Gallery in Harlem. Melvin Van Peebles, the legendary, is making his visual arts debut in Harlem as well with that. So I was originally born in Washington Heights, and I've been in Harlem for the past 15 years. One of the big topics is gentrification. And for me, the way I see arts and culture playing into that is that we have to sustain our arts and culture. There's a lot of change happening, lots of big money moving in, moving out smaller businesses, smaller establishments, and yes, that concerns me. But what concerns me more is not seeing enough of our own arts and culture being supported. So I try to give a platform for that through my column, by covering these events, giving them exposure, and by creating and producing my own events, whether it's art exhibitions or through my partnership with the New York Public Library. In the next 5 to 10 years, I really hope that the art scene in Harlem grows. Everyone knows the Studio Museum in Harlem, but there's multiple galleries in Harlem, and I really hope that people pay attention to these smaller establishments as well. And I think we need the support of funds as well for these smaller establishments. We need the support of exposure, and we really need to show that Chelsea is not the only place in Manhattan where you can find talented artists, and that artists from all over are welcome to come uptown. So I really try to include artists from overseas, London, Portugal, and Brooklyn, and of course right here in Harlem.